I'm doing is I'm printing for the gallery show on Hippies, which is going to run in April, starting on First Friday. And this is a bunch of pictures that I made in the 60s, late 60s and early 70s. In New York, a lot of them, some in Woodstock, some down here in Washington, D.C. with demonstrations going on. And they're all in there like 40 years old or more. And it's like a real flashback to a much earlier period. And it's been great fun for me to go back and kind of look through my old contact sheets, and as you can see, I've got a lot of them, and this is only part of what I've got from the past. But Chris thought it would be a good idea to do a show on hippies. And I've also got a gallery in New York, a photo agency in New York, which is going to be carrying hippies pictures because there are a lot of requests. This is an agency that sells photographs to various publications, books, magazines, newspapers, and so forth. And there seems to be, according to the director of this agency, a lot of interest in hippies of late. We're going back 40 years ago, so there's a little bit of nostalgia there, I guess. Anyway, it's been a lot of fun for me, and it was something that I just did because I was there, and it was what was going on around me. And I guess I went through a hippie period of my own. For a while there. So anyway, there's going to be a couple dozen pictures in the gallery, and right now I'm going to start making some 11 by 14s. I've got a few 16 by 20s in the show, and I'm going to have some 5 by or 8 by 10s that are this size. The 11 by 14s are going to be this size. So what I'm going to do is I've got a negative in the enlarger. Let me actually take that out and show you. This is an old enlarger that I've had for over 40 years, and all my work is on film because there was no digital back then. And the film gets developed and then cut into strips like this, and you look at the contact sheet through a magnifier, and you look and see what you like, what you think might make a good print, find the negative, pop it into the negative holder like this, sandwich it between a couple of metal plates here and keep it that way. Give it a shot of air just to get the dust off. Dust is the big enemy of darker printing. And we put it in the negative holder here and put the top down, and this is the lens, and the lens has f-stops, opens and closes. I open the lens all the way up so I can focus the image on this piece of paper. This is a grain focuser, and I turn, you can't really see it now in this light, but there is an image, will be when I shut this off. There is an image on here, and I can look through here, and I can actually see the grain in the image. Silver-based photography is based on little silver grains that are embedded in the film itself. And so that grain gets, I want the grain to be as sharp as possible here. It's minute. You don't see the grain unless it's very grainy negative. But with this magnifier I can see it, and that really gives me a pinpoint sharpness. So what I'll do then is I'll stop this lens down 2 or 3 stops to make sure that it's absolutely sharp. And then what I have to do is kind of take a guess at what the exposure should be in seconds. And to do that, what I'm going to do is take a little piece of 5 by 7 paper. That's paper that's this size. I'm going to take it out. These are paper safes. Keeps light out of the box until all these bright lights are off, and the safe lights are all I have to work with. So there's one safe light here, another safe light over here, where it's going to get developed. This is the developer. This is the stop bath, which stops the developing, and then it goes into the fixer, which fixes the image and makes it permanent. And I have a little foot switch which starts the exposure. And pop it out of the easel into the developer. Make sure it's covered with developer. Slosh it around a little bit. And already you can see the image starting to come up. And the darks get darker. And it doesn't take very long. We use these tongs because the developer is kind of, it's got like a alkaline, a slightly slippery feel to it. And again, this is a picture at Woodstock, which was, I took the first day. The weather was okay. Woodstock got rainy as it went along, but the first day was nice. Get it out of here into the stop bath. Drain it a little bit into the fixer. Make sure it gets covered. Turn it around, and then we can see what we got. Got a nice little print here. And that's all there is to it.